Alright guys, I'm just quickly here to go over this break from a couple of days ago. It was the SPX. This actually took a little bit of work trying to figure out where all these players were supposed to go, so I am sorry for the delay. Another break popped up in between all of that, so of course I had to take care of that as well. Anyway, currently it is August 15th, 2012. It is 8:08 p.m. Eastern. That is the timestamp on the computer. This is the breakdown of all of the players. We'll get on the first list first. A couple of surprises here that I was, taken by. But anyway, I'm not going to ship these out until Friday. So if there's any discrepancies with this list, make sure you get a hold of me via email at 12isperfect@gmail.com or on eBay and let me know that you object to something that you see here. Otherwise, it is going to go to the players that were originally, or to the teams that were originally assigned to the buyers, all right? So Troy Aikman obviously was with Dallas, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay. Steve Young, one of the surprises, actually drafted by Tampa Bay, so he is the Buccaneers player for the all intensive purposes here. Cornelius Bennett was the Bills, Herschel Walker was the Cowboys, as was Leroy Jordan, Keith Jackson Eagles, Randy White Cowboys, Tyler Shoemaker Bucks, Kevin Koger was not drafted actually, so there was no place to really send him. Junior Hemingway Chiefs, Brady Ewing was the Falcons, Drew Brees was the Chargers, Roman Gabriel the Rams, Joe Washington the Chargers, Ron Yari the Vikings, Johnny Rodgers the Chargers, Charles White the Browns, Jerry Rice the 49ers, Billy Cannon the Giants, Mike Allstott the Bucks, Ty Detmer the Eagles, Floyd Little was the Broncos, Bo Jackson was the Chiefs. Top of the next list, Dwight Stevenson was the Dolphins, Gino Toretto was the Vikings, John Capoletti was the Rams, Gary Beeben was the Redskins, Kellen Winslow 1 was the Chargers, Harry Carson was the Giants, Gale Sayers was the Bears, Bob Lilly the Cowboys, Raheem Ismail the Raiders, as was Todd Marinovich, Darrell Johnson the Moose, the Cowboys, Bernie Kosar the Browns, Lawrence Taylor the Giants, Dave Casper the Raiders, Jason White the Titans, albeit he never played a down in his career, Ron Dane went to the Giants, Danny Warfel the Saints, Chris Spillman the Bills, Ozzie Newsome the Browns, Marcus Colston the Saints, Thurman Thomas the Bills, Eric Metcalf the Browns, Roger Staubach the Cowboys, and Jim Plunkett was the Raiders. Now a little further down on this list, I went over what the hits were. Oh yeah, wait, I think I missed a couple here. Left off with Bo Jackson, I think. Ty Detmer was the Eagles, Floyd Little was the Broncos, Bo Jackson the Chiefs originally, Warren Moon was the Oilers, Earl Campbell was the Oilers, Billy Sims was the Lions. Those were the hits. The Earl Campbell card, that see-through card, was the Oilers. Justin Blackmon was the Jaguars. This was kind of a surprise because John Elway's whole career was played with Denver, but he was actually drafted by the Colts, and for our drawing here per the rules, John Elway is going to the Colts. Russell Wilson, Seahawks, Trent Richardson, the Browns, and Marcellus was the Texans, Joe Adams was the Panthers, Nick Toon was the Saints. One other piece of business we got to take care of is the triple patch card of Sanu, Jarius Wright, and DeVere Posey. Those were owned by the Bengals, the Vikings, and the Texans, and we need to do a randomizer on that. So pull up the randomizer screen, and you're able to see Sanu with the Bengals, owned by FIN1. Jarius Wright with the Vikings, also owned by FIN1. DeVere Posey with the Texans, owned by DBA3. Rules are to randomize 5 times, and whoever comes up in the number 1 slot, whether it's the player, the team, or the owner, that is where the card will go. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this. And as soon as I find, there's my mouse. There we go. All right. And the first one, there you go. The second one, there you go, 2 times. Third one, 3 times. There we go, 4 times. 5 times. All right, there it is, 5 times done. DBA3 on the bottom as we move our way to the top of the list. Jarius Wright goes to the top. Jarius Wright, when we go back to this list, was owned by the Vikings, and the Vikings were owned by FIN1. So that's who's going to get that card. Again, any discrepancies, I'm not going to ship these until Friday, so if I don't get any emails from you guys, I'm going to assume you're okay with this list, and we'll go ahead and ship these out Friday. Thanks, and have a good night.